It's no doubt that Cameroon and Nigeria are neighbors. This implies that the lifestyle, cultures, and cuisine may be different yet similar. Both countries are known for their diverse ethnicity, and each of these ethnic groups have their unique differences. In this video, we are going to be looking at some Cameroonian recipes or Cameroonian meals and Nigerian meals which look very similar yet are uniquely different. So if you're interested in content such as this, please keep watching. So the first dish we are going to be looking at is is the famous makara. We call it makara in Cameroon, and in Nigeria it is called akara. This dish is made from beans, which is usually soaked and peeled and blended with onion and some other spices and fried in hot oil. I think the process for making this dish in Cameroon is the same as that of Nigeria. The only difference is that in Cameroon we eat our makara with pap just as it is, but in Nigeria they have it with lots of other things like bread and pap as well. Another similarity with both countries is that makara is usually sold as street food by the roadside by women who usually fry them in the mornings, and it's usually eaten for breakfast. And in some parts of Cameroon, you can find women frying makara at night as well. So that's the difference, and those are the similarities between makara and akara. The next dish we are going to be looking at is the delicious Ekwang. We call this Ekwang in Cameroon, but in Nigeria it is called Ekpang Kukwo. Also, this dish is usually cooked or eaten by the tribe called Oroko in Cameroon. I think it's Oroko. And in Nigeria, it is being eaten by the people from Akwa Ibom. The Nigerian style and the Cameroonian style are not exactly different. As you can see from the pictures, the dishes look exactly the same. The only difference I can tell with the Cameroonian Ekwang and the Nigerian Ekpang Kukwo is that the Nigerian ekpang koko is usually mashy, as in the dish is usually cooked and it has a mashy feel, a mashy texture, unlike in Cameroon where we have the lumps of ekwang in full sizes. Also, when it comes to the ingredients for Ekwang, I can say that the ingredients are slightly similar, but the Nigerian Ekpang Koko has its own unique ingredients, just like the Cameroonian Ekwang has its own unique ingredients. Now, I don't know about the taste of the Nigerian Ekpang Koko, but I can say that the Cameroonian Ekwang is delicious. I have a recipe on my channel, so you want to check out that recipe, okay? The next dish we are going to be looking at is Aro. If you are in any part of the world and you hear Aro, you just know it is a Cameroonian meal because this is one of the most popular and widely eaten dishes in Cameroon. Aro is being eaten by the people from Manio. We normally call them the Bayangi people, and it is a dish which is so delicious. Now, Aro is very similar to the Nigerian soup called Afang soup. Afang soup is eaten by the people from Akwa Ibom state, and it has a very similar process in cooking, just like the Cameroonian Aro. I must also mention that the use of water leaf in the preparation of Aro and Afang soup could contributes highly to the similarity between the both soups. Okay. Aro is normally eaten with water fufu or gari in Cameroon, and Afang soup is also eaten with fufu or eba as it is commonly called in Nigeria. The next dish we are going to be looking at is Koki beans and moi moi. Koki beans as it is called in Cameroon and moi moi as it is called in Nigeria. Koki beans is a dish eaten by the Bafo people of Cameroon. It is made from white beans, it's special type of white beans which is usually soaked, ground in a mortar and cooked in leaves. This makes it very similar to Nigerian moi moi, which is usually cooked with the same kind of beans. It is also steeped, ground in a mortar or blender and cooked or steamed in leaves. The only difference I can mention about koki beans is that koki beans is usually cooked with very limited ingredients. The main ingredients in koki beans are salt and cocoyam leaves, whereas with moi moi there are a diverse number of ways of using or making moi moi. As you can see from the picture, Nigerians usually cook their moi moi with boiled eggs. Some people use fish, some people use beef, some people use other ingredients that are not exactly the same kind of ingredients which we use for our koki beans. Also, I must mention that moi moi is usually not prepared or cooked with any vegetable. Rather, it is being packed with various kinds of proteins. Another difference between koki beans and moi moi is that koki beans is usually eaten with plantains or cocoyams or sweet potatoes or Irish potatoes, whereas moi moi is usually eaten just as it is, or in some rare cases, I have seen some Nigerians eat moi moi with soaked gari. The next dish we are going to be looking at is Banga soup. This dish is called Banga soup both in Nigeria and in Cameroon. However, in Cameroon, Banga soup is the main soup used in eating the traditional dish called timanambusa. This dish is eaten by the Bakweri people of Cameroon. The Nigerian Banga soup and the Cameroonian Banga soup have very similar cooking processes. The only difference between the both soups may be in the kind of native spices that are used to spice the soups. In Cameroon, Banga soup is normally eaten with other complements such as rice or gari, and in Nigeria, Banga soup is normally eaten with starch or fufu. The next dish we are going to be looking at is Cameroonian Jellof rice versus Nigerian Jollof rice. The first difference between both dishes is in the pronunciation of the names. In Cameroon, we refer to this dish as Jellof rice. However, in Nigeria, it is referred to as Jollof rice. Both meals are popularly eaten at events, with the Cameroonian jollof rice as a top-ranking dish for most kids' birthday parties. I remember back in the days when we used to attend birthday parties. If you had a birthday party without jollof rice, then that was never a birthday party, okay? Now, another difference between the both dishes is that Cameroonian jollof rice is usually cooked with simple fresh tomatoes and garnished with carrots and green beans. However, the Nigerian jollof rice is usually cooked with a blend of red peppers, fresh tomatoes, and processed tomatoes. The Nigerian jollof rice is usually not garnished with any carrots or green beans, and it's usually just presented the way it is and paired with a piece of chicken. Another difference between the both dishes is that Cameroonian jollof rice is popularly cooked with beef, and the beef slices are usually chopped into very tiny pieces and thrown into the jollof rice. Also, the Nigerian jollof rice is popularly known for its unique burnt flavor, and it's usually referred to as smoky jollof rice. The last but not the least dish we are going to be looking at is Cameroonian Mitumba versus Nigerian Okpa. Mitumba is a dish which is popularly eaten by the Iwondo people, or in quotes, the Yaoundé people of Cameroon. This is a meal with a very long lasting shelf life, and it is usually eaten just as it is and not paired with any complements. The Nigerian okpa looks very similar to the Cameroonian mitumba, especially due to the fact that both of them are cooked and served in the leaves. Another difference with the Nigerian okpa is the fact that it is made from bambara nuts and it is very rich in proteins. The Nigerian okpa is commonly eaten by the people from Enugu State, and it is usually eaten just as it is or with some pap. That brings us to the end of this video. Hope you liked this video. Hope you learned something from this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section. I would like to know which other Nigerian dishes or Cameroonian dishes have similarities or differences. Also, if it's your first time on my channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. Finally, I'm going to be leaving the links to the various recipes I have mentioned, the various Cameroonian recipes I have mentioned in this video. So please be sure to check the description box. See you guys in my next video. Love you all and remain blessed. Bye.